hello. This is the 98th Test from the Future, an experimental podcast from the year 22-23, which we are sending from our present to yours. My name is Dirk.
And my name is Simon.
And we're putting the past in podcast. And we're whispering, Simon.
Mm-hmm. Or at least not speaking as loud as we normally do.
So, why are we doing this?
Here we are here in the, my Telekinesis Exam. But by now we're watching the other students who are taking their exams before me.
Yeah, that's right.
So we're in the audience.
So they I guess they didn't mind recording us recording?
We're sitting there at the back.
Okay. We didn't ask if that was okay, right? But
it'll be fine.
We'll notice if they mind.
Yeah.
You were saying you have a telekinesis exam?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
is it a big important one?
Not like the final one, but it's a pretty important one, yeah. And I think I've mentioned it before I know I've mentioned before that I'm studying telekinesis. And right, this is one of the, what's it called? So it's an exam, sure, but it's like, if you fail this, you can retry, but really, at that point, usually people drop out.
Okay, that sounds pretty important.
Yeah.
And so it looks like a bit of a gym hall.
Mm-hmm.
I guess this is maybe your gym hall?
Yeah, exactly, yeah, for the university. I mean, I'm only part-time here, but for the university, this is the gym.
Okay. But, like, the crowd, is that other students? I also see some...
Some other students here, and also, of course, the family and some friends of people who are taking the exam who aren't students here themselves.
Okay. I haven't been to one of these things before, but I understood that there's people going on stage one by one.
Exactly, yeah. And we in the audience, we've got the program here, it tells us what each student will be doing as their demonstration, but also have a big screen set up around so we can, even if we can't see what they're doing precisely because it's too small, on the big screens hopefully we'll get a close-up.
How many are there today?
So I'm the fifth, so there's 4 people before me.
Okay, you're last.
Yeah.
Okay. I see there's somebody walking up there now.
Yeah.
Does it take long for every...
I think it depends on whatever the task is, like what each, so I don't know if I said already, each of us students can choose what it is we're doing. As our exam.
You get to pick yourself.
Yeah, I mean, obviously in consultation with our tutors,
I thought everybody had to do the same stuff that you've been practicing.
No. Like, exactly. You've seen me practicing, but I'm the only one doing that kind of thing. Each person has chosen a different thing. I mean, the tutors help guide you. Choose something that's of the appropriate level.
Okay. So, but there's something happening on stage now. So I hear.
Yeah, I see someone. I mean, there's a table. A person sitting, so a chair. The person's now sitting down at it, and in front of them, it looks like there are 2 plates, each containing one. In England, they call them donuts. I think they call them Berliner here in Germany.
Yeah, in the program. Okay, yeah.
Not the donuts with the holes in, but the donuts which are like just big balls,
Mm-hmm. And so I see here that on the program it says swapping jam.
Exactly. One of them. In the program, it says one of them is a strawberry jam donut, and the other one is a Brombeeren jam donut.
Okay.
So they've got to extract the jam from both of them and swap it.
Wow.
And
okay.
Insert it into the other.
That's okay. So luckily they have they have a camera from above.
Yeah.
Because I see a screen. So is this the same when you get on later?
I think so. Yeah. The screen. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so that means when you start, we can also see it on that big screen.
Exactly. Because my one also is a pretty small, physically small thing.
Okay. Because I was already thinking because it's all fine-grained stuff, how are we even going to see this? But that's what the screen comes.
So the big screen's for.
Okay, you see there's now.
Have they started?
Yeah.
So we should be a little quieter, but sure, let's describe it for our listeners.
That is actually you see the gem floating through the air.
I mean now it is, and it was really funny when it first peeked out.
Yeah,
it looked like it was curious, peeking its little jammy head out through the hole of the donut, and then coming out in a stream through the air.
Exactly, it was almost looked like sweating donuts because you don't see holes. It's really fine grained. You don't see the holes in the donuts, right, or in the Berliner.
I thought No, I do. I see it. Do you not see it just there? I see it as like, where the where the jam goes into the donut in the first place. Sure, that's another way the person could have done it. They could have chosen to make the jam turn into a mist and like come through the pores of the donut. But in this case, they're simply using the hole that was there anyway from when the jam went into the donut, and they're making it come back out that hole.
Okay, that's on the side. Okay, I hadn't seen that.
But where this gets tricky is they mustn't go too fast because the donut will collapse.
Because the jam is necessary.
Exactly, structurally at this point, yeah, there's so much jam in there. And basically, effectively, one way of thinking, the way I think they're not doing it, because the crude way you might imagine to do it would be to use your mind to squeeze the donut, to get the jam out that way. But then if you squeezed the donut, it would destroy the donut itself. So the trick is basically convincing the jam to come out through the hole by itself, like under its own power, without the donut being involved.
So besides moving the jam out, they're also keeping the structure of the donut intact.
They're going to take care of that, yeah.
Okay, so
by now they've got the jam out of both of them.
Exactly.
And you can see it like floating in the air. And now that's cute. So I was imagining they were going to move the jam around, and instead the plates have like swapped on the table, swap places. So they didn't actually lift the donuts up in the air. Hey, keep it simple. Leave the donuts on the plates, but the plates have swapped position on the table. And sure, now it looks like they're going to start putting the jam.
I see it now. So now the jam gets back. Basically, it gets back to where it was before. There's just a different donut there now.
Exactly.
Okay.
It's pretty cute, actually.
Okay, I think. Okay.
It's going. Can't rush this point, because exactly if they try and put the jam back in the donut too quickly, it will kind of splatter around, They want to get it in.
But it looks like now they're done.
Yeah. Okay. The last little bit's going in. Oh, sorry. I guess we shouldn't clap.
We shouldn't clap?
No.
Nice, they don't mind us recording, but they mind us clapping.
True. I got all carried away with the jam. I should have remembered that. I should have known that, from my own previous exams that I've been to.
Yeah, but this was pretty impressive.
Yeah.
But now they're carrying the donut table away. Mm-hmm. Oh wow!
Oh, now they're bringing in a much larger table.
But this is interesting. This almost feels like a play. Mm-hmm. Like now the scenery gets changed. This person has different. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. Which one is the candidate now? They're putting a big table in the middle.
Mm-hmm. There's a tennis table.
Okay, I see that person standing at the side. I think she's the next candidate.
Sure, she's dressed like someone who's about to play table tennis.
Yes. Okay, well, I forgot to check the program. Mm-hmm. What? Okay, okay. Playing table tennis, that's what the program says. Mm-hmm. Okay.
But not with another person, or with herself. And not against a wall, but with
now I understood. So
there's two table tennis. They call rackets, paddles. That's the word. Two table tennis paddles. Like obviously she's got one in her hand, but the other one at the moment is just sitting there on the other end of the table. And now there you go. She's just picked it up. Well, it's floating, yeah. But the test, the exam, she's gonna play table tennis with herself, controlling both rackets.
I can see this now. Yeah.
I said rackets. Sorry, paddles. Yeah. Are they called paddles? Do you know?
Pads?
I'm not sure.
Bats?
Table tennis ball hitting things.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. But okay. But now she's letting go of the. Now she's letting go of the paddle that she had in her hand.
True. We're moving to the side. I hadn't considered that. Okay, maybe that's.
But I think she did that on purpose.
Yeah. Like misdirection. Yeah.
At first, okay, wow, cool. And now basically the paddles are playing with themselves.
Yeah.
That's actually pretty cool.
It does look impressive.
Is this fine grained though?
Well, yeah, because if it was just hitting the ball once, that would be nothing special. I mean, it wouldn't need to be so precise. But you see how the ball's going back and forth, and then it's not just like it's bouncing at all different angles, and also because she's not limited by where she is physically. You see, they're moving further away from the table, really getting really different. And so it's the angles involved and the amount of the degree with which they are hit. It's pretty precise stuff.
Almost looks like I don't know, like ballet or acrobatics or so, because she's clearly changing angles, moving back and forward.
Yeah.
It's almost like choreographed.
Yeah. Reminds me of this old computer game called Pong, actually, something like that.
True. Huh. Oh.
But that's winding down a bit.
Yeah, looks like it.
Like the bats are getting closer to, I'm going to call them bats. The bats are getting closer to the table.
Yeah. That's clearly wrapping it up.
Yep.
Oh, we shouldn't be clapping.
We shouldn't clap, but I want to. That was really
I'm
impressive.
giving my thumbs up. She can't see us in the neck,
and
but
no one can hear us, and of course,
our
the
listeners
audience can't
see.
hear us.
Yeah.
But
Trust me. 3 thumbs up.
Yep.
Oh,
That was
okay.
impressive.
This is going fast. You were fifth, right?
I'm fifth, yeah.
Okay, so there's like a 2 persons down, and now, okay, we have to describe that they're carrying away the table tennis,
Sure.
and now, okay, let me check the program to see.
See what it is first, and then we can describe what we're seeing.
Okay, they're saying maze run. Okay, so they're
That's what that. Sure, it's again a table, but this time with like a glass layer on top, glass walls on top. Sure, now it's up on the screen. You can see it's a maze.
yeah. Okay, that's the maze from the.
Sure.
Okay.
But like we can see into the maze. I mean, up on the screen as well.
Okay, so there's a guinea pig.
Right,
now.
one. Like just in the corner there.
Yeah.
Like it can't move through the maze yet, but I guess they'll.
Oh yeah,
release it.
they probably lift it. Okay. See, and now they're putting a bunch of guava pellets.
Yeah, I mean, we know they're guava from the program, but exactly 5 little guava pellets there. Looks like the guinea pig can smell them. It's pretty excited.
Now I see. Okay. Now I get it. Maze run. So.
Oh, right, they've got to move the pellets through the maze, like from the starting point to the exit. They'll be being chased by the guinea pig, and they need to get them out of the maze before the guinea pig munches them up.
Okay. So I'm not sure what's keeping them. So there seems to be some discussion going on.
Right. They're still. Don't know. Yeah, working something out maybe.
So how did you prepare?
I won't leave it to you to describe when I'm actually doing it.
Yeah.
But like the way I prepared was, so first I did the thing. So my thing is actually something you could do with your hands. So the very first time I simply did it with my hands, just to get an idea of what should be done. But that was just the first step. Then after that, I started with the base, basically the foundational step, telekinetically. And part of my exam also is to do it really quickly. So basically I did it once slowly, and then on each technique, I practiced that technique just by itself, not as part of the whole thing, to get my speed up.
Are you worried, like, for a big audience like this, that it's
Done it enough now, I think it'll be fine. It's not such a huge audience, like if it was in a stadium, that'd be something different, but
maybe that's next?
maybe.
Okay. So there's happening something on stage again. Whatever it was, they've cleared it.
Oh yeah, and look up on the screen, they've overlay saying 5, so I'll do it 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay.
Okay, now the guinea pig's away.
Yeah, okay.
The pellets are away, even more importantly. They're moving fast.
Exactly. Like you see the bunch, but there's like a bunch of pellets, so that's gonna be tricky. And then there's
by now they're sticking together, like the pellets. I mean,
smart.
The person's keeping them grouped, yeah. But at some point, I guess if they need to, they can send one off in one direction, others in another.
I wonder if they knew the route through the maze, because I think they're growing in the wrong direction. I think that's a dead end.
Well, maybe the pressure's got to them. Because presumably they also practiced with a bunch. Yeah, you'd imagine they.
Or maybe the idea was that they got like a surprise maze, or.
Oh wow, I didn't consider that. That would be very unusual. Usually the point of these isn't
good point. Yeah.
There are later exams where the point is to deal with surprises, but this is really more about demonstrating control.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, but see, okay, they can't get anywhere.
Oh right, and the guinea pigs. Okay, it's over. Yeah, the guinea pigs got them.
Yeah. Okay. So
Guinea pig looks happy, but
I'm not sure this was planned.
No,
it was still pretty impressive though, but I guess the idea was to finish.
Exactly, not to let the guinea pig win, but in this case, the guinea pig did.
Okay. So now, so the person doesn't look happy. I don't think this was intended.
I mean,
I think, and the next candidate is a robot, if I see it correctly.
Yeah, it looks that way. Yeah.
At least, that's a candidate. Yeah, okay. So, but the robot is just carrying a crate.
Looks like it. Yeah. Crate of beer.
Right. Program set. Peeling labels of beer bottles.
So, and I guess they're bringing the bottles along.
Okay.
I imagined it would be just like one or two, like in one after the other, but it looks like, they said that, they're putting them all on the table at the same time. And as we've noted, these have been pretty quick, so I guess they're going to peel all 16 of them at the same time.
I guess, yeah.
The labels off them.
So, but if you pass these exams, Like, that's not the end of the study, right?
Sure, no. These aren't the final exams.
So, but this is pretty fine-grained stuff. Like, what's the next phase?
You mean like once you do graduate, yeah?
Yeah, no, actually, once you pass this exam.
Like what are the next things we study?
Yeah.
So then you can specialize, because you've demonstrated the control angle. Like a couple of the specialities that are most common, there's surgery, like medical. Medical, cosmetic surgery, really, because cyborg chips take care of necessary surgery, but a lot of cosmetic surgery, though it's more fun, So then even though your cyborg chip could handle it, some people enjoy having a person use telekinesis to draw pictures on the cells in their body, stuff like that.
I guess the donut person could be interested in this.
Exactly.
And then are there other specialities?
I mean, it's a bit of overlap there, like the cosmetic surgery, but you can also just do other, like, really, artwork, basically.
I hadn't thought of it like this, but that makes total sense. Okay. Cool.
Oh, but okay, it looks like the robot's all set up now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So exactly, they've lined the bottles all up so that we can see them all. Like, instead of it being all 4x4 grid, it's 16 bottles in a row. And yeah, it looks like it started. And so this is a thing where I think I mentioned before. Yeah, there's different ways you can approach. So there's whatever the task is. You agree it with your tutor, but it's up to you, and that's part of the exam, is working out how you're going to do whatever the goal is. So, for example, peeling labels off of beer bottles. One way would to be, so you could imagine using mental fingers to literally peel them off. And it looks like that is not what's going on.
Yeah.
Because if you notice, I can see from here condensation.
Yeah. Like
the bottles.
I was also expect now the corners to start. Really, if you would do it with your hands.
Right, but they're not,
No.
But instead you can see like water drops forming on the glass. And so from that, I think I know what they're going to do, which is they're going to make it so that the bottles get so cold and so wet, that, and then they'll fluctuate the temperature, I think, a few times, so that the labels simply fall off.
Because you can see there's something happening, but the labels are on. Like, and now they all fell off at the same time.
Synchronized. That was nice. That's a nice touch. Yeah, it wasn't required, but it's really nice that they all slid down at the same moment. That was quick as well.
Too bad we can't clap. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Okay, but that means it's your turn.
Yeah, I best go.
I'll move aside.
Thank you. I'll be back in a bit.
Good luck.
Thank you very much.
Okay, I guess I have to describe what's going on myself. So they're carrying Simon's table up to the stage now, and now Simon is also climbing on top of the stage. So okay, we decided to keep it a secret what he's actually doing until he's actually up there. But I've seen him practice, and he's gonna build a bonsai tree from Lego. So a Lego bonsai tree. So it's basically what you see now. There's basically a table, and the table is covered in a random collection of Lego bricks. So they're all unsorted, and he's basically trying to build it as fast as possible. So, okay, he's getting ready now. And okay, see now all the Lego bricks are swerving in the air at the same time. And the beginning is easy, I remember that. So there's like a wooden structure, and then the container of the tree, and now it's gonna get really tricky because I know the trunk itself is, if you do it wrong, it falls completely apart. So this is now there. Oh, he's actually really fast. This is faster than when he was practicing. Then there's a bunch of leaves getting on top of this. Also the Lego bricks that are floating around also get less and less in color because the trees were all the green ones. And now the little stones, little pebbles go into the trunk, and that's it. Wow, this is the fastest he's done so far, and it's not fall apart. When he was practicing, this was falling apart a couple of times. I think this went really well. Okay. Wow, and he's getting on the stage already. Wow, that was quick. Okay, here he is. Hey, Simon.
Yo.
That went really well.
I did. That was the fastest I've ever done it. Like, I mean, obviously I've been practicing, but it clicked. It just went so smoothly. Sometimes, like when I've been building it, practicing, the trunk is the most fragile part, so it's like really, if I press just a little bit too hard, it kind of explodes. So, but this time it felt like I didn't need to worry about it. It just like went.
It also looked really natural. Okay.
Oh, that was nice.
So, and it's a bit of an anticlimax because everybody just now starts getting up.
Yeah.
It's like there's no, I don't know, confetti or anything.
No, I mean, we'll go celebrate later, and everyone's going to have their own thing, like with their friends or family or whatever. But yeah,
you reckon you passed?
I reckon I did. I mean, I'll find out next week, but like you saw, that went really well. I'd be surprised if I didn't pass.
I think. So there's like everybody's getting up now. Should we? Because we had a listener question.
Sure, yeah.
We can quickly do it before they start telling us to leave.
Yeah. Then we can, because otherwise we'd have to go back and record at my place. But how about we just wrap it up here?
It was not even a complete question, right? It was like.
Sure, it was actually right. This was from several weeks ago. So sorry, I'm going to speak up a bit now.
Oh yeah,
we don't have to be quiet anymore.
Good point.
I got used to speaking that way. But right, this was some weeks ago. Felix wrote to us with many, many questions in the form of PS, PPS, PPPS, and so on and so on.
Exactly, like about world leaders and nations.
Many things. And we answered some of them a while ago, and this week we've just chose one of them to answer, which was PPPS. Do you all have a cure for cancer? Yeah. And yes and no, we don't have a specific cure for cancer, but we have are cyborg chips, which we've mentioned before. Did we have a whole episode on those as well?
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
So we've spoken about them before in other contexts. And right, it regulates your body, which includes so cancer is when. Can you describe it maybe better than I can?
To be honest, I don't really know exactly how cancer works.
Okay, but then I can say what I know of it, which is it's when the cells in your body basically are growing out of control. Like they're reproducing in ways that they shouldn't. It's uncontrolled growth. And so the cyborg chips regulate that, and so cancer isn't an issue. So it's not that you get cancer and then the cyborg chip needs to fix it. It's that your body does not develop cancer in the first place.
Yeah. And that's why I don't really know that much about cancer, because it's basically, do you all have a cure for, and then insert anything here? And the answer will be yes.
Yeah.
Because the cyborg chips detect anything that's wrong and take care of it before we even know.
Yeah.
So we even have cures, if you can call it that, for things that we don't even know exist.
Sure, like we're not aware of them. And also there are certain diseases which only, for example, only become an issue when you reach 140, 150 years of age.
Yeah.
But they're also taken care of in that way.
Yeah, that's we're pretty happy about this.
Definitely, because before cyborg chips, cancer was a real problem. And I'm very glad that we live in a time with them.
And I even remember when we went to the back canal and we switched them off, and then we drank some alcohol, and then we felt pretty bad. Switched them on, we felt great immediately after.
Yeah. Much improved.
Okay.
I'm still whispering.
It's
hard to get out the habit.
Yeah, okay, same here. Okay, then do we want to...
Tell the folk the normal stuff?
Yes, the normal stuff.
Yep, which is... So that question we got from Felix, he emailed it to us, and he did that by writing to michaellasagna5@gmail.com. And what we'd appreciate is if anyone listening to this episode right now, email us at michaellasagna5@gmail.com, put the number 98 in the subject, and that way we'll know that this episode went back successfully in time. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask them in that email too.
Totally, I will answer them, whether we'll be whispering or not. Maybe we can do an episode where we're shouting all the time.
You can do that.
We go somewhere in the forest and we shout.
Okay, yeah, where it's necessary. It would feel strange to do it here, like in an exam hall or even in my apartment. But if we go outside somewhere,
and we'll
we can stand really far apart
and shout at each other.
Yeah. Put the recorder in between the two of us and just have to shout as loud as we can. Otherwise, it won't get picked up.
That's gonna be great. Okay, well, that was it. Thanks for listening, and see you in 200 years.
Bye-bye.